morning students. In this session I will solve some problems related to ratios. See the first question. Find x if 5:20 is equal to 3:x. It's a 1 mark question. We know 5:20 means 5 divided by 20. Why? A ratio b means a by b, right? Fraction. So 5:20 means 5 divided by 20 is equal to 3:x. 3:x means fraction 3 by x. In the next step, cross multiply. 5x is equal to 20 into 3 equal to 60. X is equal to 60 by 5. It's equal to 12. Therefore, x value is equal to 12. This is the answer. See the second question. Find the ratio between two numbers such as their sum is 50 and their difference is 8. Here two numbers are not given. Given data is sum of two numbers is equal to 50 and their difference. If you subtract one number from the another number, their difference is 8. First you need to find the numbers, then you need to take the fraction. That gives the ratio between that two numbers. Use the data, two numbers given. I am taking, let the two numbers be x and y, unknown numbers x and y. Use the given data, their sum, that means x plus y is equal to 50 and their difference x minus y is equal to 8. Okay. In the next step, see, you can cancel y and y, elimination method. 2x is equal to 58. Okay. Then x is equal to 58 divided by 2, it is equal to 29. Therefore, x value is equal to 29. Then you need to calculate another number. That is, you can use x minus y is equal to 8. X 29 minus 8. Shifting y to right hand side. Y. Okay. Y is equal to 21. Question is ratio between these two numbers, right? That means x ratio y is equal to 29 ratio 21. Now see, these two numbers are in the simplest form, right? Okay, therefore you can write x ratio y is equal to 29 ratio 21. See the next question. Divide 1800 in the ratio 3:4:5. Okay, that means you need to divide 1800 into 3 parts. Their ratio is 3:4:5 is given. Okay, I'm taking, let the 3 parts are, one is 3x, another one is 4x, next 5x. Clear? 3x, 4x, 5x are the given parts. Why? Ratio is 3:4:5 is given. In the beginning itself we studied, right? A ratio B is equal to 2:3. That does not imply A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. That means A is equal to 2 into some number x, B is equal to 3 into same number x. Okay, you need to use this concept here. 3:4:5 means you are taking first part is 3 into x, second part is 4x, third part is 5x. The next step, see, you are dividing 1800 into 3 parts. So if you add first part, second part, third part is equal to how much you have to get? 1800, because you are dividing this 1300 into 3 parts. Now add 5, 4, 9, 10, 12x is equal to 1800. X is equal to 1800 divided by 12. Simplify this one. X value is equal to 150. Therefore, first part is equal to 3 times x is equal to 3 into 150 is equal to 50. Second, see, second part is equal to 4 times x is equal to 4 into 150. It's equal to 600. Next, third part. Third part is equal to 5 into x is equal to 5 into 150. It's equal to 750. Okay, 3 parts are 450, 600, 750. To verify the answer, add these 3 parts. What you have to get? 1800. one more alternative method is there. See, given ratio is 3:4:5. Okay, sum of the ratio is equal to, what's the sum? 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. Okay, then first part is equal to, what's the first part? 3 out of 12 of how much amount? 1800. Okay, now simplify this one. It's equal to 450. Second part is equal to, what's the second part ratio? 4 out of how much? Out of 12, right? Why? Sum of the ratio equal to 12 of how much amount? 1800. 12 ones are 12, 150 is a 150 into 4 is equal to 600. This third part is equal to the third part, 5 out of how much? Out of 12 of the amount 1800. Here 150 into 5 it's equal to 750. Again see, you are getting the same answer, 450, 600 and 750. You can follow any method. The next question, the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 3:4:5. Find the angles. Okay, again you can follow any method. I am using sum of the ratio method. See, in the previous question total sum is given, but in this question total sum is not given. But we know in a triangle sum of the angle is equal to how much? It's equal to 180 degree, right? Use that data. In a triangle, sum of 3 angles is equal to 180 degree. Now see, total sum is there. Now take the sum of the ratio. Sum of the ratio is equal to 3:4:5 is given. So you need to take 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, how much? 5 4 9, 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Sum of the ratio is equal to 12. Then first angle is equal to 3 out of how much? 12 into 180. Total angle is equal to 180. Simplify this one. It's equal to 1s are 12, 15s are 15, 3s are, it's equal to 45 degree. Okay, because you are measuring angles. Second angle is equal to, see, 4 is given, right? 4 out of 12 of total degree is equal to 180 degree. 12 ones are, again 12 15s are, 15 4s are, it's equal to 60 degree. Next third angle is equal to, see, 5 out of how much? 12, right? Total sum of the ratios is equal to 12. 5 by 12 of total angle 180 degree. 12 ones are, 12 15s are, 15 5s are, it's equal to 75 degree. Now to verify the answer, just add these angles. How much you will get? 45 plus 60 plus 75 is clearly equal to 180 degree. That is nothing but sum of 3 angles. Okay, therefore first angle is 45 degree, second angle is 60 degree, third angle is 75 degree. See the next question. If the incomes of A and B are in the ratio 3:4 and their expenditures are in the ratio 1:2. If each saves rupees 2000, find their monthly income. Okay, here see, values are not given but their ratios are given. Comparing income of A and B, that is in the ratio 3:4, and expenditure 1:2, and savings also given. Again you need to find the monthly income of A as well as monthly income of B. Okay, I am taking, see, monthly income of A is equal to, see, incomes are in the ratio 3:4, so I am taking 3x. Monthly income of B is equal to, in the ratio 4, so I am taking 4x. Here I am taking common number x because here ratio is given. Now go to the expenditure. Monthly expenditure of A is equal to, see, expenditure are in the ratio 1:2. I am taking 1 into Y, it's equal to Y, and monthly expenditure B is equal to 1:2, so here I am taking 2Y. Now see, incomes are there, expenditures are there. Now savings given, so rupees 2000, right? Savings of A and B is equal to rupees 2000. That means each one saves rupees 2000. Now use the formula, savings is equal to, what's the formula? Income minus expenditure. Okay, to find the savings of A, 2000. Okay, it's a savings of A, 2000 is equal to, what's the income of A? Income of A is equal to 3x minus, what's the expenditure of A? 1. Okay. Now see, go to B. What's the savings of B? Savings of B again is equal to 2000 is equal to, what's the income of B? Is 4x minus, what's the expenditure of B? Expenditure of B is equal to 2y. Now see, here we will get two linear equations. Okay, use elimination method to find x and y. What's the meaning of x? X is the incomes that you need to find, no need to find y here. Okay, now see, to simplify this equation, here minus 2y is there, here to the first equation I am multiplying 2, so you will get 4000 is equal to 6x minus 2y. Keeping second equation same, 2000 is equal to 4x minus 2y. Okay, now see, subtract 4000 minus 2000, 2000 is equal to 6x minus 4x is equal to 2x. Here minus 2y plus 2y get cancelled. X is equal to 2000 by 2, it's equal to 1000. Okay, x is equal to 1000. Now see, you need to find the incomes of A. By this you can write the conclusion. Income of A is equal to, how much income of A? 3x. 3 into, what is x? 1000. It's equal to rupees 3000. Okay, then see, income of B. Income of B is equal to, what's the income of B? 4x. 4 into, what is x value? 1000. It's equal to rupees 4000. Okay, this is the answer for the given question. Suppose find income and expenditure. That time we need to substitute y value. Here substitute x value in any one of the equation that gives y value. Then substitute in the corresponding ratios that gives expenditure. But in this question only income is asked. So substitute x values in these two equations. We will get monthly income of A and monthly income of B. Clear? See the next question. Two numbers are in the ratio 3:4. If the sum of their square is 900, find the numbers. Okay, ratio of two numbers are given. So I am taking, let the numbers be, okay, 3x and 4x. Since ratios are given, I am taking common number x. 3 into some number x, 4 into same number x. Okay, what's the given data? Sum of their squares. That means 3x square plus 4x whole square is equal to 900 is given. This is a given data. Okay, sum of their squares. That means first number square plus second number square is equal to 900. If you simplify, 9x square plus 16x square is equal to 900. Again simplify, 25x square is equal to 900. X square is equal to 900 divided by 25. Implies x square equal to 900 divided by 25, that means x square equal to 36. Okay, that implies x is equal to plus or minus 6. Plus 6, you are taking x is equal to plus 6 because you are taking the ratios. Okay, you are taking positive values only, so you will get x equal to 6. Now see, x equal to 6 is there. We know numbers are 3x and 4x. So numbers are 3 into x, how much? 6, and 4 into 6 is equal to 18 and 24 are the two numbers. Clear? See the next question. Divide rupees 6,000 in the ratio 3:4:5. Okay. First, sum of the ratio is equal to 3 plus 4 plus 5. Again, it's equal to 12. Okay. Now see, what's the first part? Is equal to 3 out of 12. 3 by 12 of 6,000. It's equal to, divide 6,000 by 12, 500. Then multiply 503. It's equal to 2,500. Okay. Here rupees is given, so take the unit rupees 1,500. Second part. Second part is equal to, what's the ratio? 4 out of 12. Of the total sum is equal to 6,000 rupees, equal to, then here multiply 500 into 4, it's equal to rupees 2,000. Okay. Then third part is equal to, see, ratios 3:4:5. Third part is 5 out of 12 into, what's the total sum? Total sum equal to 6,000 rupees. Okay. Then it's equal to, here 500, then multiply 505, it's equal to 2,500. Here rupees is given, so here also you need to mention rupees. Okay. These are the parts. You are dividing 6,000 in 3:4:5. Then first part is 1,500, second part is 2,000, third part is 2,500. If you add these three parts, what you have to get? Total sum 6,000. Just verify the answer. See the next question. What must be added to each term in the ratio 5:6 so that it becomes 8:9? Actual ratio 5:6 is given. You are adding number to this ratio such that you will get new ratio 8:9. Okay. We don't know the number, so I am taking, let x be the number, such that, okay, what's the condition? You need to add that number to ratio, then you will get new ratio 8:9. 5:6 is 5 plus x divided by 6 plus x. Okay. A ratio B means A by B. See, to the given ratio you are adding number x. What will happen? If you are adding that number, you will get new ratio 8:9, that is 8/9. Okay. Then see, observe this one. You can directly say, na, this number is equal to 3. 5 plus 3 equal to 8. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. But since it's a 2-mark question, you need to solve by ratio method only. So multiply 45 plus 9x, it's equal to 48 plus 8x. 5, 9x minus 8x, shifting 8x to the LHS, equal to 48 minus, shifting 45 to RHS, 45. Here x is remaining, 48 minus 45 is equal to 3. Therefore, number is 3. If you add 3 to both sides of these ratios, you will get new ratio 8/9. Clear? You can write answer directly, but if it is a 2-mark question, then simplify like this, then write the conclusion. If it is a 1-mark question, you can do like this and directly write the x value. See the next question. A ratio B is equal to 2:3. B ratio C is equal to 5:7. C ratio D is equal to 3:1. Question is find A ratio D. To solve this problem, see, A ratio D means A by D. A by D is equal to, I am writing it as A by B into B by C into C by D. Now observe, B get cancelled, C get cancelled. So what you will get? A by D only, right? So if it is question is A by D, write A by D as A by B into B by C into C by D. The next step, substitute the values. A by D is equal to A by B is 2 by 3 into B by C is 5 by 7. Why? Because B ratio C means 5 by 7. Then C ratio D is equal to 3 by 1. Here 3 get cancelled. See, A by D is equal to 10 divided by 7. That implies, what's the meaning of A by D? That means A is to D, or A ratio D is equal to 10 by 7 can be written as 10 is to 7. Therefore, A is to D is equal to 10 is to 7 is the answer. See the next question. A ratio B is equal to 2 is to 3. B ratio C is equal to 6 is to 13. Find A ratio B ratio C. To solve this problem, first consider A ratio B, it's equal to 2 is to 3, and B ratio 3 is equal to 6 is to 13 is given. Okay. Now observe, A ratio B, here B you can see 3, here B you can see 6. Question is combined ratio A ratio B ratio C. To write combined ratio, we want B value same. For that reason, to the first ratio multiply 2. So see, A ratio B is equal to 2 2s are 4 into 2 3s are 6. Then B ratio C is equal to, keeping same number, 6 ratio 30. Now see, here B is 6, here B also 6. So combined ratio A ratio B ratio C is equal to 4 is to 6 is to 13. It's a value of A ratio B ratio C. See the next question. A ratio B is equal to 3 is to 4. B ratio C is equal to 8 ratio 15. Find A ratio B ratio C. Similar to the previous problem, write A ratio B is equal to 3 is to 4, and B ratio C it's equal to 8 ratio 15. Here B you can see 4, here B you can see 8. For that reason, multiply here 2. Now see, A ratio B it's equal to 2 3s are 6 ratio 8, and B ratio C remains same, 8 ratio 15. Now see, here 8, here 8. So combined ratio A ratio B ratio C is equal to 6 ratio 8 ratio 15. That means 6 is to 8 is to 15. It's a value of A is to B is to C. Clear? These are some important 1 and 2 marks questions. In the next session, I will solve some important 3 and 5 marks questions. Thank you.